So I've been freelancing as a photographer, videographer, content creator for about 4 years now. In fact, I've always worked freelance. I was once a DJ, then a music producer, and also a mixing engineer. Now, I'm the guy with a camera. I've learned a lot throughout the years when it comes to working for yourself, and also about being your own boss. Part of that is picking and buying your own tools, and also crafting your own workflow. First thing I can tell you is that never really ends. Your workflow, and therefore the tools that you're gonna use, is like an ever-evolving creature. Your work will mutate over time, and so will your taste. When you move on to different types of projects, the tools and processes required might change, and that's okay. There is no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to this, but I think I'm on the right track on what works well for me. I try to utilize any and everything that I already purchased for client work and repurpose it for this channel as well. In sum, I wanted a simple, travel-friendly, and easy-to-use kit to make these videos, and that's exactly what I built. Apart from some of the lighting part of this kit, it all fits into this backpack. Let's get into it. So first things first, the camera. I use a Sony a7S III. Whilst it's very overkill for YouTube, I love this camera. The image quality is great, the low light performance is amazing, the codecs are great for me, it's small when it comes to video cameras, the Sony E-mount system is great, there's lots of native and third-party lenses available, the Sony system is widely used, so it's really easy to get a hold of these. Plus it's getting a bit older, so pretty easy to find these used for great prices. That's how I got mine. This is my main camera for client work, as well as my camera for YouTube and personal projects. Also, I have the small rig cage on it. It gives you mining points. Great. Next, the lenses. I really like using wide angles and getting up close and personal. I really want the vibe for this channel to be personal, just like we're friends talking over coffee. So I think wide angle, up close, works the best. Also, in Portugal, where I live, it's pretty easy to find yourself in really tight spaces. Some Filmmaking 24 sometimes can be a bit claustrophobic. For example, right now, I'm shooting this at 16. If I go to 24, it doesn't look bad, but I don't know, I like being able to see the environment way better. So I mainly switch between the Sony 16-35 f4PZ and the Sony 10-18 f4. If you combine the 16-45 with clear image zoom on these Sony cameras, you get about 16-50mm f4 on full frame, which is basically all I'd ever need for this type of production. Then you add the 10-18, which is an APS-C lens, which actually does cover most of the full frame sensor, and you can get these super cool wide angle, almost fisheye type of shots. I know it's a bit of a stylistic choice, but you know, my channel, my rules sort of thing. With these two lenses, I can pretty much capture anything in a very realistic and fun way. I also own the Tamron 28-75 f2.8 G1 lens, but honestly I don't really use it as much as these other two, especially for these videos. Third thing, support. So now you've got a camera, you got a lens, where do you put it? I use these two tripods. The first one, aka the bigger one, is a newer photo tripod with a quick release head, the newer LT32. It supports the Ulanzi f38 quick release plate, which is the plate that I have on all my cameras, so I can easily go from tripod to the other tripod to a gimbal and just swap it between things. It's small, fits into the side of my bag, lightweight, easy to carry. It extends to about my height, so you can get shots like these. It's pretty sturdy, but sometimes I'll hang my bag on the little hook that it has underneath so I can stabilize it a bit better. It does what it's supposed to do. It works good. Next. The second one is this newer mini tabletop tripod with this f38 receiver plate on it. It's sort of the same thing as the other one, except it's a lot smaller and I can fit it on the top compartment of my bag. I use it for when I need those tabletop shots or when I simply just can't carry the bigger one with me. I also carry two of these small rig magic arm plus clamp combos. I use these to screw into my camera cage, and then I'm able to mount my camera to pretty much about anything. Say I want a POV shot of my door opening. Well, here it is. Say I want a POV shot of me scrolling on my phone. Well, here it is. I know these are really popular on Instagram right now, and for good reason. They're really good to get some creative shots. Next up is audio. You've already heard this before, audio is really important, arguably more important than video quality, so take good care of your audio. So I have two things here for audio, an on-camera mic and a wireless pack. The first one is the Sennheiser MKE 400 Mark II. I've been using this mic for years. I love it. It's super compact compared to other mics. I know it doesn't seem like it at first, but since it's got an all-integrated design, this is all it is. It's nice, compact, sturdy. The audio quality I find is to be pretty good, and it comes with a dead cat and uses 2 AAA batteries. I have no clue how, but these 2 batteries that are inside right now are still the original ones that came in the package when I bought this mic years ago. So I don't know what type of wizardry they're doing, but the battery life on it is just amazing. So this is what I keep on my camera for mostly B-roll, and every now and again I'll use it for talking head as well. The other piece of audio kit you're listening to right now, which is my Rode Wireless Pro packs. So this kit consists of 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and a bunch of accessories and lav mics. I've also added some strips of skin-safe tape so I can sandwich the lav mic in between them, and I can tape it onto me or my character's chest or clothing. This way I can easily keep the lavs hidden from camera. So these packs transmit wireless audio to my camera, and also they record 32-bit internally, which is like raw for audio. It's pretty hard to clip, and you don't really need to worry about recording either too hot or too low. Lastly, I also keep a pair of wired earbuds to monitor audio when I need it. These specific ones are just a cheap pair from JBL, but whenever these break, I'm gonna go ahead and get some proper IEMs, which are in-ear monitors. They're basically a musician's fancy way of saying earbuds. Also, the build quality, sound quality, and neutrality on them seems to be better than regular earbuds. Lastly, I also keep some accessories inside my camera bag. I have this Zhiyun M20C, which is just a small battery-powered RGB light. I can use this as a hair light, an accent light, fill, and on some occasions I've even used it to bounce against the wall. My camera's pretty good in low light, so you get to do this sort of thing and just take better advantages of smaller lights because it's a dual base ISO. I also have this camera clip from Yawanzi, which also uses the F38 system that's just on the strap of my backpack, so I can easily take it on and off when I'm out and about. I keep 4 batteries here in total, and also a dual battery charger, an SD card wallet with a bunch of SD cards inside, a 100-watt power brick with multiple outlets, USB-C cables, a little rocket blower, camera wipes, a camera multi-tool, and a carabiner for hanging things like my water bottle or a speaker or something outside the bag. That's it. Finally, let's talk about lighting. I have a bunch of lights for work, which I'm actually in the process of getting rid of now because of how much I use this one right here. This one is the smallest light that I have, and it's become the one I use the most, simply because of how powerful yet portable it is. It's just so easy to use and so easy to move around. This is the Zhiyun X60 RGB. It's small, it can be battery powered, and I use it with a small softbox from Newer and this little travel light stand from some random brand on the internet. This little setup allows me to just pick this light up and move it anywhere and use it whenever I need to shoot something really easily. This is what I've been using for both my talking head as well as my B-roll. Whilst I do have more powerful lights and bigger modifiers, I find that keeping this footprint so small, it makes me want to shoot more. And that's a really big win in my book. And yeah, that's really it. I do have some more gear if the situation asks for it, but this is really all we need to create really good looking and sounding videos. This setup for me is a dream setup, just because of how lightweight and easy to use it is. Let's say I was never allowed to buy any more gear ever, and this is all I've had to work with, I would not be mad. Well, I hope this inspires you to create more. You should know that you don't need an Alexa and a full crew to create really cool projects. Sometimes, well, in my case, a lot of times, less is more. And for me, being able to pick stuff up, move it around the house, go outdoors with it, is really more important to my creative process than anything else. Because for me, bottom line is I want to create more videos. I'm not here to impress camera nerds and gearheads. Yeah, I hope you guys found some value. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.